Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or Xstraws, and today I'm bringing you guys an MLG variant doubles match with my doubles partner Toxo. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm Toxo, or you can call me Andrew. I'm 16. I may not sound 16, but I am. I'm a junior in high school. I play football, and that's all the good shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. So this was an MLG variant, Capture the Flag on Hanoi that we played on GameBattles. And for those of you guys who don't know what GameBattles is, I know most guys do, but for those of you who don't, it is a competitive, or it's an online competitive website for video games, primarily the Call of Duty series, the Halo series, Gears of War, stuff like that. But there's all sorts of stuff like Madden, NBA 2K10, and all that sort of stuff too. But like I said, primarily it's Call of Duty, and at that, right now, the main, I guess, competitive game is Black Ops for the most part. I mean, it's the new game, and Call of Duty is pretty big for competitive gaming, I guess, compared to a lot of the other games that are out today. So today I wanted to have Toxo on to talk a little bit about competitive gaming, and specifically competitive gaming for Black Ops. So we talked, or I mentioned briefly that this is a CTF game on Hanoi, and the first thing I wanted to talk about is the game types that are going to be in MLG variant. So why don't you take it away?
Alright, the game types using MLG variant are CTF, Demo, and Search. I think, yeah. CTF, Demo, and Search. They limit the maps and the perks and the attachments you can use. So, for example, no launchers at all, no flak jacket, no Nova gas, no decoy. All equipment is banned. Warlord's banned. Second chance you can't use grenade launchers and flamethrower. So they limit the amount of things that you can use, vary at the pubs, and then the respawn delay, and they change up the rules to two sides, and it's two completely different styles of gameplay. I just find it more entertaining, and you know.
Yep. So basically, this game right here, he talked a second ago about respawn delays and stuff like that. You'll notice that a lot of the stuff is different from LG variant. For example, for those of you who know what wave spawn delay is, it's like a random spawn delay. That isn't in MLG variant and in GameBattles for the most part, or at all. It's not in there. You're going to have a set, I believe it's 7.5 spawn delay in most game modes and stuff like that. And one thing I also want to bring up is that for Modern Warfare 2, you were right. Demolition, CTF, and Search were the MLG game types, and if I'm not, or correct me if I'm wrong, but Domination will be returning to the MLG variant most likely for Black Ops, or no?
Probably will. It definitely will, because I don't know. It's better than Demo. Like, I don't know. It's just better. And
Yeah, so for those of you guys who aren't familiar with competitive gaming at all, for Modern Warfare 2, or for Call of Duty 4, I guess I should start out, it was in MLG variant. Domination was one of the biggest game types, you know, Search and Destroy, Domination, and there was Sabotage as well, I believe, and that was pretty much it, right? Because, you know, Capture the Flag was around back then.
It was Dom, Sabo, and Search.
Yeah, so those were the big game types in Call of Duty 4, and World at War wasn't an MLG. I mean, I didn't play World at War at all. It seemed like
it was alright it was map gen in World at War, so it wasn't as restricted as variant, but it was pretty restrictive.
So for Modern Warfare 2, they actually took Domination out of MLG variant because of the fact that the spawns were just terrible and basically unusable in comparison to the spawns that we found in Call of Duty 4 and World at War. But now it seems that the spawns are usable again. They're good in Domination, good enough at least for the game type to return to MLG variant, but they're a little bit different. You want to talk a little bit about how the spawns have changed?
You spawn closer to the flag that you last capped. So let's say you're being two capped at A and B, and then you cap A and then you die, and then they get on A. You'll probably spawn closer to A than you will B, because that's the flag that you last capped. It also makes it harder to get out of spawn, but it helps.
Alright, so I wanted to also talk in a general sense what works and what doesn't work for competitive gaming, because I know a lot of people might be watching this video and not really be into competitive gaming very much. So I thought we'd talk a little bit about what guns you're seeing primarily on Call of Duty Black Ops for competitive gaming. I'll talk a little bit about the assault rifles, and then, or I'll talk about the submachine guns because that's really simple, and then how about you talk about the assault rifles. So mainly, and correct me if I'm wrong, because guys, for the record, I just want to clarify this: Toxo is without a doubt a better player than me. He has more professional experience than me, and he currently plays for Team Envious, which you guys are probably all familiar with. So he is a very good player. So if I'm wrong with any of this, correct me. But it seems that when it comes to SMGs, it's going to be 90% AK-74U and occasionally MP5. And as far as attachments go, usually it's going to be extended mags, grip. And do you ever see people using rapid fire?
Oh yeah, it's making a I don't know how to put it, but it's being used more and more often now. Like, I'll play some MLG pickup scrims and I'll see more and more people using rapid fire. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And then I get raped by it, and then
So it definitely has, you're trying to say kind of like it's made its return, but it really hasn't made its return, because like the only other game it was in was like Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 2 nobody used it, and I think the reason why people are seeing it more is because Modern Warfare 2 honestly is a twitch shooter, and you killed people almost instantly. Like, it was like you see someone, they're dead, and that's not as true. Go ahead.
COD 4 too, it was double tap.
Yeah.
But that means you'd have to lose stopping power or a jug.
Exactly. Yep. And now, since you don't have to worry about stopping power or juggernaut, and that killing people faster is a really big deal, and I think that's why we're seeing it a little bit more. And you know, people can handle a recoil on a lot of the guns. So now, why don't you talk about the assault rifles a little bit?
In the beginning of the game, it was all M16 Commando. I know when I first got the game, I couldn't wait to get the Commando, and then I tried it out and hated it. It was too much left and right and vertical recoil at the same time for me to handle personally. I like the FAMAS and the 47. The FAMAS has a more controllable recoil because it goes from bottom left to top right 99% of the time. And then the 47 has a more of a vertical recoil, so you can burst fire it and single shot it across the map if needed.
Yeah, I saw comments on this one video where somebody was talking about the stats for the different guns, and how basically the Commando outclasses the AK-47 in pretty much every field, but recoil is what makes the really big difference in why you're seeing, I'd say, more AK-47s than Commandos out there right now. I think you can probably agree with that, right? There's a lot of people using them.
Except for the beginning of the game when everyone used the Commando.
Yeah, a lot of people were using the Commando then. But yeah, the AK-47 has good iron sights, and like you said, up and down recoil, vertical recoil that doesn't really take you off your shot that much. If you shoot towards, you know, like the middle of their body, it's only gonna, you know, get closer and closer to their head pretty much with that recoil, or a little bit towards their feet, whatever. But it works like pretty well with those guns. So next thing, how about we talk a little bit about Capture the Flag in this game specifically. So this was a game we were playing against a team that was 12-1, and they only play MLG variant. So I'm gonna say that that's a pretty damn good record for a team that. Yeah, this was our very first game ever playing together, and this was actually my very first time ever playing Capture the Flag competitively. So this was pretty new to me, since I started playing. I didn't play competitively really at all for Modern Warfare 2, and the little bit that I did, it was override demolition for the most part. So this was pretty new to me, and you know, Toxo, you kind of coached me through it. You said that I would pick it up pretty fast, and it seems like I did. And the main thing you were telling me, what's the main thing that makes, you know, or that you need to be able to do and capture the flag, like in order to win?
Choke points and cutoffs.
Yep, choke points and.
But your partner will pull the flag one way, and then you wait for them to come the other way. And as long as you get at least one down, it should be a pretty easy cap.
Yep, in doubles, if just like you said, you know, one person down, and then you just kind of have to avoid that other guy, and you can usually make your way across the map. And with a long map like Hanoi, or not necessarily a long map, but like where in a map where the two flags are separated, I was able to run through the middle, and you were able to like take off two guys and really help me out. And the only reason, like, a lot of people miss this, a lot of people might see this game and say, oh, here, you know, you captured a flag, but you know, I wasn't really the objective player. You were the objective player of this game, because you were allowing me to do what I did. There's no way I would have gotten this last flag cap if you hadn't killed, you know, the guys, and you wouldn't have cleared the way for me to make it there. So That's another really key thing that I think some people lose sight of when looking at what an objective game is or isn't. Not so much an MLG variant, but here on YouTube, a lot of people think that, oh, if you got the most, bomb plants or you got the most flag caps, then, you were the objective player. But that's not always the case.
And another big thing is, kill to death doesn't matter
At all.
Like, that's the thing. Like, if you go 4 and 7, for example, but those 4 kills helped you get 6 flag caps, that's what matters.
Exactly. Yep. It's very, very difficult to look at somebody's score or their kills or how many whatever they have, bomb plants, diffuses, or flags, and really determine, how much they helped out their team. In the end, it's all about the team effort to win, and the team that comes out on top, their team made the bigger effort, and it's really hard to kind of judge somebody's individual score unless you really look at like a game tediously and see what happened where. This right here, the game is just wrapping up. I got a really clutch jump onto the flag and was able to win it for us by 1 flag, so this was a pretty good game. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Toxo and me are probably going to be doing a lot more doubles and a lot more dual commentaries. If you'd like to check out him on his GameBattles profile, there'll be a link to that in the description. His Twitter profile, there'll be a link to that in the description as well. And anything else you want to add?
I'll see you guys soon, I hope.
Alright, see ya.